The other two guys didn't check it? Probably not. I said probably not. Now where would be the best person? Sure ready. Okay. This. This is yours. Okay. Oh, sure. Well, you're welcome to walk the line with us. We're just starting now. We'll be going around till 12 midnight, so.
I can give you about half an hour.
Sure. Yeah, take that one. Pick that one up there. Let's just start running a little circle there.
Don't get in trouble.
Oh, don't worry about it. Okay.
Excuse me. Hold on. You like, how come you're doing this?
Oh, how come I'm doing this?
Yeah.
I don't particularly think that what Sheila is doing here is, or the bog, or the bog doesn't seem to be right. It does seem like a sham that they brought those people here, which I think, with the express idea of trying to sway a vote, and then finding out that they can't do it, and then just kicking these people out. I think it's a very unsavory way to do
Are you
business.
angry? You upset?
I'm sad that a group of people like this have to resort to this type of dealings in order to get their way. I think they could have done things a lot differently.
So why are you doing this again?
I'm not particularly pleased with the way they've gone about their business. I think if they're going to bring some people in with a certain idea, that they should be able to take care of their end of the bargain.
What's your name?
Bill.
Last name?
Bill Matthews.
From?
Portland.
Just a little bit once for baby seal.
Yo, guys. Just lay your signs along here for a second without damaging anything.
Trick or treat.
Each have a bag. Do you have a bag? Open your bag. You got yours, John? Mm-hmm. You got yours? All right, let's go on up there and talk to him. After you. Trick or treat! Trick or treat! Trick or treat! You promised them a treat. You ended up tricking them.
I'm gonna try that.
Try the phone. There you go. Yes, we're the Guardian Angels. We're outside and in honor of Halloween and the problem with the homeless people that have been placed out on the streets of Portland by Yes, hello, ma'am. Yes, I'm a representative of the Guardian Angels, and we're outside your facility right now in the spirit of Halloween, asking if you might have any treats that you may be able to give to the many homeless people that have been put out into the streets because apparently they couldn't either settle in Rajneesh Forum or you had no need for them. And we were wondering if you might be able to donate any food or clothing for the care of these people who've pretty much been left defenseless and pretty much on their own. Can I ask you a question? If in the course of this evening's patrol, if we should come across any people who were just recently left in the streets of Portland from Rajneesh Forum, since this is a hotel, would we be able to bring them here in the evening hours and offer them some sanctuary temporarily until they could find the means of getting back or find some way of getting nourishment or... So you will rent it out, you won't provide it for free. I see. So you're in the business of bringing people in, but once they're no longer of use to you, you just dump them out in the streets, and then you want to charge them for room and board. Okay. Thank you. Well, let's try a few more knocks, see if we get any response. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Somebody hold his back.
Hello, trick or treat.
No trick, no treat.
Come on, you promised to treat them. You ended up tricking them. They want them to pay for a room at night if we bring them here off the streets.
What are they charging?
They said if we find any of the people that have left Rajneesh Forum, be more than welcome to assist them in giving them a room, but naturally they'd expect the Guardian Angels to pay the nightly room fee. Trick or treat! You have any food?
5 minutes worth and we're
That was who you were talking to right there, Rob.
Any food for the homeless?
Anything for the homeless. Any homeless.
Anything?
Anything at all. Come on, you guys. You can't get away with that.
Trick or treat? Wouldn't you care for the homeless people you've been dumping in the streets? Food, clothes, candy?
Looks pretty warm in there. What about those people out on the street?
You mean if we find them in the street, we have to bring them here and then pay for them to stay here when you brought them all the way here? I don't know. It seems to me to be Scrooge. It's a little early to be playing Scrooge.
I think you all should definitely...
Any food? Clothes?
Come to the door, man.
Hopefully they got 3 people. Open your bags. Maybe we might get some.
All of you, including the news media, this is a hotel, and we have talked to you, so now this is private property. We would appreciate that you leave the space for the hotel guests. Thank you.
Any food or
Otherwise,
clothes?
that will be a trespass.
For the poor you threw out on the streets?
any work?
Well, I guess there'll be no treats for the homeless tonight, just some more tricks.
And out in the cold.
All right, so let's go back on the line before they have us arrested. Yeah, just keep the bags like this. Like this.
Curtis, can we talk to you?
Sure. Yes, sir.
Curtis, why are you making this protest in front of Rajneesh?
Well, as you know, it is Halloween, and over the past few months, they've been bringing in numerous homeless people for whatever reason, but they're not fulfilling on their promise of a treat. They've not returned them back once either they were dissatisfied or didn't comply with their rules. We have no beef with that as long as they'd fulfill their promise. On tonight, Halloween, what we're saying is you promise them a treat and you trick them. The least they could do is they have a hotel. If we find some of the people that they've let out into the street, how about housing them for the night? They told me no, we could bring them by and register them, but we'd have to pay the nightly fee. And then what about some food and clothes? For the overrun social service centers that have to care for these people, to me, not only have they tricked the homeless, the defenseless, but also the citizens of Oregon, Portland, and Seattle who now have to deal with a secondary problem that they should have never had to deal with at first.
Curtis, how long are you going to stay out here?
We'll be out here till 12 midnight. And then after, as more guardian angels come from work and more transients join us, tomorrow we'll be going down to their very area and right outside their private property on the county road set up our angel checkpoint to make sure that we're well aware of the goings-on going in and more importantly, how many transients they're sending out to dump in the streets of Portland at night.
Why would the Angels take part in something like this? They are protectors of people who can't protect themselves. Is this part of it? Is this an extension of that?
That's the overall philosophy, but I might add, in cities like New York, Chicago, Detroit, we've been involved in causes in aiding the homeless. We most normally patrol those areas where transients can be found, the people who can least defend themselves, and we have been arrested in the past, setting up Kochville corners at Gracie Mansion in New York City, protesting the conditions of the poor and the homeless. So this isn't the first time for us. In fact, we wouldn't be in Portland today nor Seattle if not for organizations like the Burnside community, Michael Stoops, and Strand in Seattle who invited us into their communities to patrol and gave us headquarters and sanctuary.
So this is just part of what the Guardian Angels is all about?
We're here to pay back the dividends that we've received from all the homeless transients and residents of the Northwest. We feel that they are being unduly put upon, and the Rajneesh, for whatever tortured reasons, are beginning to take it out on not just the homeless people who can't speak for themselves, but actually the good citizens of the Northwest.
Okay, thanks, Curtis.